Magic. And here is Weddington. Rebounded by O'Neal. Michael Jordan now getting a rest. Scottie Pippen is back.
And Scottie needs this opportunity with Michael on the bench to start to assert himself, not necessarily by scoring points, but getting involved in the flow of the offense.
Scott eluding Kukoc. O'Neal trying to save it, and he did. Able to deflect it off a Chicago player.
Well, the Bulls have gotten the best of the rebounding so far in this ballgame, 14-9. Here's Pippen and Grant battling hard. Shaq able to hang in the air long enough to bang it off Bill Wennington, but Brian Hill and his staff very much concerned with the rebounding of the Orlando Magic. He had two of the best rebounders in the league, and Shaq and Horace Grant, yet at times they seem to get hammered on the offensive board of their opponents.
And Kukoc starting back for the Bulls. Meant by Grant. Pippen on a double team, had it knocked away momentarily by Grant. Excellent defensive sequence by the Magic. Here's O'Neal jumping out on Kerr. Pippen had to force it. And it's a 24-second violation.
Well, this is what Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen are talking about when they get upset with their teammates, that either of those players will break off the offense by holding the ball or maybe dribbling it too much, or giving it to Jordan and Pippen at the end of the shot clock when they have to take that kind of shot.
3-point Orlando lead. We're early in the second. Dennis Scott has not been able to find the touch. Good play by Weddington in the box out with O'Neal. Steve Kerr. Pete Myers. Myers fouled by Shaw.
The foul number 20, Brian Shaw.
Brian Shaw called for his first.
Another one of those slow transition plays for Chicago, which they will exploit when it's there. They do not want to get in an up and down running game with the Orlando Magic, but the reason that opening came for Pete Myers was Steve Kerr, a threat at the three-point line, got the ball on the left side of the floor out high, didn't hold the ball too long. 1-2 quick dribbles, got it to the other side, and the defense couldn't react quickly enough, and that enabled Pete Myers to drive to the goal.
Replacing Horace.
Not a royal for Horace Grant, the one-time Bull. Only 1 point, 3 rebounds. During the regular season, Orlando won 3 of 4 against Chicago. The Chicago win taking place at the United Center. 109-77 in a wipeout back on January the 10th. And that was the first game back in Chicago for Horace Grant, but a disaster for the Magic. Scottie Pippen with a triple-double. Horace felt that his teammates were trying too hard to win the game for him. The hand check call on Myers.
I remember that game was a very emotional one for Horace Grant and the Orlando Magic, but I also remember the fact that the Bulls came out and made every shot in the first quarter. B.J. Armstrong, 22 points in the first half. You mentioned the triple-double by Pippen, and when the other team is making that many shots, and they did a good defensive job on Shaq as far as double teams, there was no contest.
And the foul again on Myers.
His second team foul.
Here a little physical contact as Penny Hardaway trying to hold his position, and just a little grab of the shirt, but the officials have been pretty consistent with that, at least in the beginning of ball games so far in the playoffs, as far as calling those little hand checks.
Hardaway, and he took a bump, tripped up. Anthony Hardaway fouled by Scottie Pippen.
33.
That's the first on Pippen.
Anthony Hardaway in a slashing move finds just enough of a seam. He doesn't need much with that slim body as he tried to knife between Bill Wennington and Pippen and just able to draw the foul.
Anthony Hardaway trying to pick up his game. Very quiet in the series against the Celtics. Had some problems at the end of the year. That's Hardaway with the reverse. You recall that Hardaway missed 4 games because of dehydration and an inflammation of the esophagus. Lost 10 to 12 pounds in the process of what is already a slender frame. Weddington with the room. Bill Wennington, who has a good touch, cuts it to a 2-point Orlando lead. 28-26 with 7.5 remaining in this first half. Marv Albert with Matt Guokas, Jim Gray for Ahmad Rashad. From the arena in Orlando. A royal Chicago winning that first meeting, but Orlando won the next 3. Close games by 3 points, by 2, by 7. They scored the home opener as Kukoc was able to hit. And the Bulls are down by 2. Jordan played in only one of the games during the regular season against Orlando. His first home game, only 7 of 23 from the field as Scott not able to hit. And Orlando spoiled the home return of Michael Jordan. Crowd wanted to travel. Pippen thought he was pushed. Here's Pippen, the trailer. Never really had control of the ball. Off the handoff from Myers. And a slow start. Scottie Pippen has not scored in his 15 minutes.
Well, Brian Shaw and Penny Hardaway all season long have been wired for this type of play. A little ball fake, a little eye contact, and the back door. And Shaquille O'Neal making a hard move into the lane, and the no-looker to Donald Royal breaking in on the right side.
Welcome back to the arena. Penny Hardaway, during this last time out, jammed his big toe while playing. He's down on the bench being attended to by Lenny Currier. They tried to massage it out. It's hurting him quite a bit right now. He should return a bit later in the game, but they're going to hold him out for the time being. Marv?
All right, Jim. Apparently it happened on that play that you saw. So Orlando trying to let Courier is checking it out. Michael Jordan has returned. 6.5 remaining in this first half. Orlando with a 2-point lead on Chicago. Here is Jordan to the fadeaway. And it's rebounded by Shaquille O'Neal. And Michael is now 2 of 11. Scottie Pippen is 0 for 3. So the Bulls have to feel pretty good despite the fact that their 2 big guns have not shot the ball well. They're down by only 2 points. Here's Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, again, he powered his way. 12 points for O'Neal, along with 7 rebounds.
Shaq coming out revitalized after that timeout. A fierce rebound at the defensive end, and then a powerful move in on Bill Wennington.
Illegal defense for the 3rd time is called against Orlando.
Oh, Shaq now a little pop in his step, holds Wennington off and makes the strong move before Scottie Pippen can get in there. Those are the kinds of plays where Phil Jackson wants the big people to make sure they tie up Shaquille O'Neal and make him earn it from the line.
Steve Kerr will shoot the technical. And Matt, Shaquille's game is completely changed when he's hitting his free throws. Not that you can depend on this will continue, particularly in the 4th quarter, but the Magic's game has been very tentative. We saw that in the series against the Boston Celtics because there seemed to be a reluctance to go to Shaquille down the stretch. You don't want him at the foul line.
Well, and also when he gets the ball, he's going to get double teamed, but they get good shot opportunities when he passes the ball out of the double.
That's a 3 for Dennis Scott. Well, Scott began 1 for 6, knocks down a 3, and Orlando with its biggest lead of the game, leading to a Chicago 22nd timeout. The Magic up 35-29.
Well, Dennis has been off so far in this ball game, but never discouraged. He's one of those players that always thinks the next shot is going to go. Perfect rotation on that ball, and Dennis will not just settle for the 3 now. He's also looking to improve his position on the dribble, but this is what really spreads the defense for Orlando.
And the Chicago Bulls having their shooting difficulties in this first half. They're 10 of 32 for 31%, and only 3 of 10 here in the 2nd quarter.
Normally when Chicago, after free throws, after 20-second timeouts, after timeouts, generally run something for Michael Jordan.
Pippen for Longley, and a foul call. Scottie Pippen setting up Luke Longley. Phil Jackson continues to shuffle at the center position. Foul was called on Brian Shaw.
That time coming out of the timeout, trying to get Scottie Pippen somehow involved in the offense. Scottie just 0 for 3, no points. So we talk about how important Tony Kukoc is to the success of this Chicago Bulls team. It's almost a given that Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen have to be very productive. And so far in this first half, they have not been.